Jake pastors have to say.
The hoochie pastors.
Right. They'll listen to these niggas. Why? Because they telling them smooth things, man. He ain't telling that the Lord is about to put his foot in your ass if you don't if you don't repent, man. You see? The Lord is about to put you and your children to death and your dog. You see? It's gonna be nothing but bad news like our fucking life. With that nigga Eddie Murphy read that nigga that letter. Your mama died. Damn, your auntie died. Damn, your dog died too. You see? The Lord is getting ready to roll on these people, man. You got that?
Yeah, you got First Kings.
Yeah. Where y'all would y'all want me to start at?
Shit, you start up at this shit. Start up at close to the top. Pick a good point, bro.
Got the part with Micah.
Go up a little bit. Yeah, go up and get like what the gist of it, what they was going to him for, what they were inquiring of him for.
All right.
Should be about going to war.
Okay, this is I think it's right. Micah chapter 22 and
27 is where he did the prison.
Okay, cool. Start up when it talks about all the prophets told King Ahab, yeah, you gonna succeed.
Okay. I'm gonna start at verse
Should be close to the
8.
top. Yeah.
I'm gonna start at 8. It says, "And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, there is yet one man, Micaiah."
Jump up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Okay, verse 6, it says, "Then the king of Israel gathered the prophets together,
Right.
about 400 men, and said unto them,
Right.
Shall I go against Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And they said, Go up, for the Lord shall deliver it into the hand of the king."
Right, and all these niggas was yes men.
Yeah,
They was a whole bunch of yes men.
400.
Yeah. Whatever, king, whatever you want, king. They was yeah, man. 400, all his prophets. And let's see what King Jehoshaphat say, man. Keep going, bro.
Kind of continuing on, verse 7 says, "And Jehoshaphat said, Is there not here a prophet of Yahweh?"
Right. You see, if they're not a prophet of Yahweh, where he at? You know, keep going, bro.
It says, "Besides that we might inquire of him."
Right.
And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, "There is yet one man, Micaiah, the son of Emilia," if I said that right, "by whom we may inquire of the Most High, but I hate him, for he does not prophesy good concerning me, but evil."
Right.
It's not like the nigga woman. I hate him.
Right.
He just always hating.
Right.
But people know where to come, even in Israel, man. That's why even the Purple Rangers, their congregation, they always come ear hustle what we got to say.
Yeah.
Because they know deep down, these guys got it. It's clear. But being over there is more comfortable to their flesh. So they're going to pay for seeking that comfort.
Man, it's like, as a matter of fact, like every Wednesday, bro, I notice now, because I start coming out, I leave work, and where I work at, they usually hold camp at the little Texaco.
Okay.
But them niggas wasn't there today, I guess, because it was cloudy.
It was
Niggas
cloudy.
didn't wanna go out, yeah. It wasn't even raining, bro. It was just cloudy.
They ain't been moving the right way. Because we know the Lord always hold the rain back.
Yeah.
We know, just in our short time being the truth, the Lord hold the rain back when we come out here.
Right.
But fuck that app. Fuck Apple app.
Right.
They lying.
Right.
They don't want us out here.
Yeah, it's supposed to be raining right now.
They guess like a motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah. The Lord controls the heavens at the end of the day, regardless of this DARPA machine. Okay?
Yeah.
So look, man, you would know that the Lord hold the rain back. You would know to still just go check and see.
Right.
But you know, they don't move the right way. They're not instant in season, out of season, so they don't got that experience or that wherewithal.
Right.
So when shit hit the fan for Israel all over, when they specifically target the people that know they Israelites, people in them congregations, they gonna be looking for men of great millstone.
They gonna run. They gonna run to them buildings when this shit pop off. They gonna run to them buildings, and Esau gonna know exactly where these niggas at. Just like these Christians gonna run to the church houses, man. You see?
You gonna run to them buildings, and that bishop you've been learning from gonna pull off the mask and arrest your ass.
Pull out the bag.
Right. Yeah, man.
No, I'm being metaphorical, but yeah, they leading you to the slaughter.
Right.
Yeah, and they're gonna run to them, and guess what? They ain't gonna have the answers. They're gonna be like, "Shit, I thought we were good."
The bishop gonna get ghost on your ass.
Oh, yeah.
That nigga gonna be gone.
He got a bunker. That nigga got a bunker. That nigga, he gonna be on the ground.
They gonna be gone, bro. You gonna go look at them. Hey, where he at? Y'all know we ain't seen him the past couple weeks.
Right. They got a bunker in the backyard.
Them niggas they gonna take the money and deal.
Man.
Y'all should have got that when scene 19 happened. Right, because during that time, I mean, not all churches did it, but like a good amount of churches, man, it was on the news that they was locking the doors and people couldn't get in. They locked everybody out and they didn't want to let nobody in because of, you know, no, not IOIC. I'm talking about just churches in general.
Churches.
Oh,
Yeah,
Joel Osteen. When that what was a hurricane or something?
Yeah.
That shit happened. He said nobody could get in. People were drowning and displaced from their houses. He supposed to be a man of the Lord. He supposed to be a covering for the city.
Right.
Oh, y'all can't come in here. That's the first time I seen him with a serious face. Usually he got that big old smile. That nigga voice got deep on that news interview.
Damn.
These people ain't not for you, bro. We been trying to tell y'all, but
Exactly.
y'all gonna have to learn the hard way. Hard head make a soft ass. My granddaddy used to say, hard head make a soft ass.
Nah, for real, bro.
You got it. Whoever got it.
Back in Kings chapter 22 and verse 8, it says, I'm gonna read from the top. It says, and the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, there is one man, there's one man, Micaiah,
One man. Find a man of the Lord is it's hard to come by.
Man.
We're scarce. Out. We believe in confidence with those men, but we say Lord willing, man.
Yeah.
All right, but damn, by process of elimination, when we look at what's going on, who might it be?
Right.
Go ahead.
Somebody,
Yeah. We gotta be bold. We gonna be in bold, like Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. We're gonna stand in great boldness, like, hey, we know the Lord. This is the truth. You know. But go ahead, bro.
God, continuing on, it says, one man, Micaiah, the son of Imlah, by whom we may acquire of the Most High, but I hate him, for he does not prophesy good concerning me.
The Lord ain't about making you feel good.
Yeah.
He's about imparting unto you understanding so that you might be redeemed.
Mm-hmm.
But Jake, their God is their belly, as the scriptures say, and they made that covenant with death. So even though this is what they need, because it doesn't make their flesh feel good, in their mind, it must be bad.
Yeah.
That's why you have people that come across, they'll agree with everything we say. I hear what y'all saying, but y'all over there cussing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're going to miss out on receiving what you need to know so that your life can be saved because you didn't like the words that we use. That's some goofy shit, and you deserve what you're going to get if that's the spirit that you're in. Go ahead, bro.
God. Continuing on, it says, but I hate him, for he does not prophesy good concerning me. Oh, shit. My bad. Concerning me, but evil. And Jehoshaphat said, let not the king say so. Then the king of Israel called an officer and said, hasten hither Micaiah, the son of Imlah, and the king of Israel, and Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah.
So just want to point this out. Our forefathers was brought before kings and judges and officials.
Yep.
So when you're brought before a king, a judge, or an official, don't get shaken up, man. The Lord always going to be with you to say what you need to say.
Yeah.
Okay? The Lord put the spirit on this man to do exactly what he needed to do. To say exactly what he needed to say. To have the mannerisms he needed to have when he walked in the room. Oh yeah, you gonna win, kid. You good. Tell me the truth. Mm-hmm. Then he imparted unto him what the counsel that was had on his ass. You got it. You keep reading on it.
Yeah. Or if I can make a good point, because scriptures goes into that. Take not thought for what thou shalt say,
Yep.
for in that very hour is gonna be given unto you what you shall say. So we're not even supposed to be meditating. Oh, I'm gonna be like this. Nah, it's gonna be given to you right at that moment. So, whatever you say.
Yeah, and we make that point to say what? I'm gonna package it so even a child can understand. There's no reason, knowing what we know, that you should ever be in the spirit of worry. That's what we're articulating to you. So you should never be tripping on is the Lord going. What we're talking about right now is that regardless of what's going on in this society when shit hit the fan, we're not supposed to be in the spirit of worry. We're supposed to be in the spirit of trusting the Lord. You don't want nobody around you that's worried, nervous. And maybe, no.
Oh, shit.
Go ahead.
No,
what Moses said when they was between the water and the rock?
Be still.
Be still, man. Be composed. Chill out. Stop tripping.
Yeah, be still, yeah.
Right, I'm just gonna add, man, and that what the brother is going into, that spirit of not worrying, that comes with practice, man. That's why the Lord puts us through particular things, man. That way we can have the confidence all right, during the time of Jacob's trouble, during a time like never before, and had that confidence in the Lord, just like King David had that confidence that he had against Goliath, man. That all came by what? His trials that he went through in the past, man. Those particular lessons that he passed, all right, what nobody seen. Like the Elder Michael Allah said, man, a lot of what you see, like a lot of what we read about how our forefathers had all that faith. A lot of that comes by battles that people don't see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Battles that brothers, what you go through personally, you one-on-one with the Lord.
Stuff that's not necessarily recorded.
Right, exactly. That you might not publish. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of things that David went through that ain't written down.
Right.
There's a lot of things that Howard Shaw went through before he started his ministry that ain't even written down.
Yeah.
That got him to that he tested. He knew for a fact. Hey, I can stand on business about the Lord. It's been proven to me time and time again. All the men of the Lord, man, you see those accounts leading up to those accounts where they displayed these extraordinary amounts of faith. It wasn't like that. That's the only thing they went through.
Right.
It was a build up to that point.
Right.
So when you go through your little trials and your little bullshit, understand it's a build up for the climax of your movie.
Right.
I always say, man, the kingdom of heaven, I hope I could be the brother that do the biopics on all the men of the elect. So I can show it. Look at even in those earthen vessels, look at what these men went through and how they stood stiffly for the things of the Lord, even in this body. Because the nations, they still gonna, they're gonna be learning, they're gonna need encouragement to do right. They can go watch them biopics. Look, man, you can see it up close. Look at all the bullshit this man went through. And still stood stiffly and endured the chastening of the Lord. So right now we're going through our little bullshit so we can exhibit those extraordinary amounts of faith. Right. The Lord's gonna give us the push too, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But so we can exhibit those extraordinary amounts of faith when our time of testing comes. And every brother's test is gonna look different. It's gonna vary from brother to brother. Yeah. So really, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man, and that's why it's important to take these things that you're going through in life. Don't, you know what I'm saying? I know, when, like the scriptures say about no chastisement at the time feels good, roughly paraphrasing, man. But when these lessons that we're going through, don't curse, oh man, I wish I wasn't going through this. Yeah. No, the Lord is putting you through that for a reason. The Lord is allowing particular things to happen to you for a reason, man. Like the brother said, it's ultimately to build up that faith and that confidence and that trust in Him, man. Because you can keep adding a little bit of grain of salt into a jar, but eventually what? If you keep adding, it's that whole motherfucker gonna be full, man. You see? So little things can lead up to big things, man. Mm-hmm. You see? So don't take it as something, it could be something as small. You know what I'm saying? You might not even think it's something. But it's a victory, bro. Yeah. And it's something that the Lord put you through for a reason in order for you to learn something from it, man.
Yeah. The Lord put us in situations every day so that our faith can be built up in Him. Yeah. And a lot of times you might think you're getting judged, but the Lord really just trying to break you down to build you back up. Plus, He wants you to realize that, hey, the only strength you really got comes from me.
Hell yeah.
You got to be in the spirit of realizing, hey, I'm nothing without the Lord. My usefulness, my value is tied to Him. See? So that's the realization the elect is coming to in this grace period. Like, right. Damn, we ain't shit. The only way we can do anything is with the Lord. So that way, when we do catch hell at a supernatural level, because that's coming, our defense mechanism, because everybody has defense mechanism. Some people turn to liquor, some people turn to women, some people turn to weed, whatever they think. But the elect's defense mechanism is going to be what, brothers?
Turn it to Yahweh.
Turn it to Yahweh. So that's what He's preparing us to do for our defense our natural response to be to turn to Him. That's what He's building us up to. All right, we can go back and finish what we was reading. If you had something.
No, go ahead. Okay. Back in Kings chapter 22, and I'm going to jump down a little bit to get closer to the point. Because we just got done reading how they went to go get Micah, right? Went to go get Micah, and then like a couple verses goes into them basically like getting ready or whatnot.
Yeah, I want you to read that, bro.
Let's
read that, because man, and when the brother's reading that, envision, all right, put yourself in this man's spot, in this man's place, man. He's been called upon by the king. All right, all the other 400 prophets and told the king all this. Yeah, you gonna prosper. You gonna prosper. Yeah. You known to be hated by the king, and what you know the message from the Lord is not gonna be what the king want to hear.
Yeah.
So you have a choice right then and there. Are you gonna fold to the pressure? Are you gonna conform into what everybody else is saying? Or you gonna stand stiffly for the Lord, man?
Imagine that shit. I know all that GMO food got your imagination fucked up, but try. You know that. You know that as you get older, as a kid, you can really imagine a whole different reality. You be out there playing and just you get this devil done fucked you up to where you can't even use your imagination when you're reading.
Right, man.
Come on, man, try.
Yeah, you gotta play it like you gotta see it. You gotta see it like what kind of clothes he had on. You gotta envision it, man. You gotta envision these scriptures when you reading it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we reading, he probably had you know what I'm saying, a garment, how he was looking, how everybody was looking at him. It was cold that day.
They walked in, they looked in the room, the people whispering.
Right.
Oh, this that same talking shit on the side.
Right. With the guard, you gotta hear the guards almost just shackling and shit while they walking.
Brought them to him, rough with them.
Right. You know
what I mean?
you gotta
envision it, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so I can go ahead. But we give y'all tips on how to get into it, man.
Right.
Our apostle always said, get into it, man.
Right.
Get into it.
Yeah, that's how you groove with that woman, with Sophia. You know what I'm saying? You run a game on that woman, you doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Well, you gotta this Sophia, man. This is how you get the feel and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 10. Yeah, verse 10 it says, and the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, sat each on his throne, having put on their robes in a void place.
Now I was just about to go through it, bro.
You walking up, he all up high.
Right.
You got the people on the side.
It's a long walkway. You like, damn, everybody.
It's quiet in the bitch.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Let's break it down.
Right.
For the Jakes that's new, y'all can see. Oh.
Yeah.
So now you because Jake could go read through the book of Kings and they just kind of like, no, bro, this is important.
Right.
This some of the best stuff. You need to come on, man. Go ahead, bro.
Continuing on, it says, having put on their robes in a void place in the entrance of the gate of Samaria, and all the prophets prophesied before them.
So you got all the whack ass niggas,
right?
The whack prophets that would say, "Oh, you gonna win." They sitting there, you know, they looking at him with disdain because they know he a real man of the Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
The same way we get looked at with disdain. Oh, they the bum camp. That's that nigga from the bum camp. So he was getting that energy. Niggas probably, if they could, they'll offer right there. If they could get away with it. He was in a room full of those spirits that had a great disdain for him.
Right.
But he stood on business. Go ahead.
Continuing on, verse 11, it says, and Zedekiah, the son of Chenah,
Just try.
Chenah made him horns of iron, and he said, thus saith Yahweh, with these shalt thou push the Syrians until thou have consumed them.
Right, he done made a whole show. He done made some iron, held them up. This is the king, my king. You know? You nigga doing too much,
nigga came in on the horse.
Right.
At the Passover type of energy. This is what we get. All these gimmicks.
Right.
Theatrics.
Right.
The Lord's gonna handle the Lord's gonna handle the special effects.
Yeah.
We don't gotta make our own special effects. He gonna do it.
Right.
All right, you got it, bro.
Verse 12, it says, and all the prophets prophesied so, saying, go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for Yahweh shall deliver it into the king's hand.
Saying what he wanted to hear.
Yep.
Stroking his ego. Ain't nobody, and back then, was they even talking about a sacrifice? Because they were doing sacrifices back then. Nobody even thought, let's go pray to the Lord. Did they pray? Did they ask the Lord at any point in this chapter?
Right.
Nope.
Did any of them go to the Lord first?
That's why Jehoshaphat was saying what he said. Is there a prophet of Yahweh?
Yeah, because they was like, he was looking at them like they ain't even going through protocol.
Right.
Like he said, he looking at the king like, you know these niggas tripping, right?
Right.
That's why. And he probably tried to say it respectful to the king,
right,
without offending him.
Yeah, right.
Like he looking like, damn, these niggas don't got it. Is there another man, baby? Do you know anybody?
Right.
Yeah, but I hate him.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
Back in 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 13, it says, and the messenger that was gone to call Micaiah spake spake unto him, saying, Behold, now the words of the prophets declare good unto the king with one mouth. Let thy word, I pray thee, be like the word of one of them, and speak that which is good.
Look, my guy, I know, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let you know before you walk in this bitch.
Right.
They already done told the
Right.
king that he gonna win, bro. Just make it out of this bitch alive, bro. You know how they finna be.
Right.
All right, just play it cool. This one time, I'm gonna let you know, cause I fuck with you. You know what I mean? I know they don't, but you know me.
Right.
I fuck. You know how Jake be.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna let you know that this is what they own. Where you going here?
Man.
Go ahead, bro.
Back in 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 14, it says, And Micaiah said, As Yahweh liveth, what Yahweh saith unto me, that will I speak.
Hey, I'm gonna do what the Lord tell me to do, regardless. You know better than even say some shit like that to me, man. You know I'm gonna say what the Lord gonna say. All right, bro. Come on.
Right.
Think of it, like, envision it.
Right, yeah.
These is your ancestors, the same spirits. So understand, how do our people move? Put people, you know, in the like, yeah, this sounds like this kind of, see it.
Right.
Because that's how these scriptures become a part of you. When you start to envision it, it becomes a part of you then. Like Apostle Kai said, he said, I might not be go pulling them all, but it's in his and here, it's in me. It's in him. It's just in him. Because he's relived it in the spirit. You got it.
God, back in 1 Kings chapter 22, and we're at verse 15. Verse 15, it says, So he came to the king, and the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go against Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall we forbear?
You got it, bro. Go ahead.
Keep going.
And he answered him, Go and prosper, for Yahweh shall deliver it into the hand of the king.
Yeah, you got it, big dog. Go up there. Yeah, you know, you call me up here. This is who you listen to all the time anyway. You listen to these niggas over here.
Right.
Yeah, go up there. You got it. You got it. You know. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's because he off the rip knew he was bullshitting.
Right.
He's like, come on, bro, stop. Just tell me what it is, man. Go ahead.
Verse 16, it says, And the king said unto him, How many times shall I adjure thee that thou tell me nothing but that which is true in the name of Yahweh?
Right.
And he said, I saw all Israel scattered upon the hills as sheep that have not a shepherd. And Yahweh said, These have no master. Let them return every man to his house in peace.
All right, I'll tell you. Y'all gonna take y'all ass out there and get y'all asses whooped. The Lord ain't with y'all. Y'all ain't moving how y'all should.
Right.
Then the Lord gonna reward y'all for conducting yourself the way y'all conducting yourself? No. Y'all gonna be scattered like sheep without a shepherd.
Right. Right.
So you know, you got to realize a lot of times the scriptures is compacting the story. So more probably was said than that. There was nuances of things that was going on.
Yeah. Right.
The people, he going into it. The prophets on the, they over there moaning and groaning. No, this nigga, man.
Right.
Let him speak. Let him speak. No, this is, you know, there's things going on. Put yourself there. You know how people are. Put yourself there, like the brother's going into it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
First
this is better than power.
Right. Yeah. Straight up.
we
shit.
you know, we watch a little nigga shit.
Right.
We all free time. We watch Power, whatever. But this way better.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of the inspiration they get from the writers that they get from storylines come from this, bro.
Yep.
Game of Thrones is this.
Right.
But read the Book of Kings. Way better than Game of Thrones.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Back in 1 Kings chapter 22, and we're at verse 18, and it says, And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, Did I not tell thee that he would prophesy no good concerning me, but evil?
I told you this nigga was some bullshit.
Right.
He just don't fuck with me. That's what it is. He hate me.
Right.
This nigga a hater.
Yep. Right.
He a hater.
Right.
He mad because he ain't getting no money.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's really what it is.
Like, for real.
Well, real talk. Yeah. Man.
Think about how the spirits are today. They come against the prophets.
Right. That's right.
Because if this was a king, you got Jake, who are so-called celebrities here on this side, who people look at them as a king.
Right.
Right? And whenever they get rebuked by men of the Lord and say, a nigga like Anton, what's the nigga?
Yeah, Anton Judge.
Oh, you niggas broke.
Right.
That's y'all problem, yeah, bro. Okay.
Right.
Those are the spirits clashing. Right. Same spirits we clashing with today, man. Niggas. That king was a nigga. When you look at all the kings, bro, I think it was like what? How many kings was righteous in the Southern Kingdom? Just a couple, right?
Yeah,
like 3 or 4 or something like that.
Yeah, it was only a couple.
And it was none in the Northern Kingdom. Them niggas was just wicked. You look at niggas like Pablo Escobar, El Chapo. Those some of them Northern Kingdom kings coming back, man. Just wicked niggas doing whatever.
Pretty much.
Go ahead, bro.
It says 8 out of 20.
8 for the Southern Kingdom.
Yeah, for Judah.
Well, damn, that's almost half. That's like 40%, right? Don't judge me.
Right.
It's almost half. That's almost 10.
Right.
But the Northern Kingdom was absolutely none.
Yeah.
And that's why them getting fucked up over there in LA is good.
Right.
It's good. You know what I mean? Because them niggas tripping.
Right.
Now it's gonna be elect amongst them, obviously. But you know, the bigger portion of them, man, they just don't got it. All right, we got brothers in the camp, and we're grateful for those brothers of the Northern Kingdom brothers, man. It's not gonna be a lot of them over there, man, that's really gonna conform to the Lord's way.
Right.
They love Esau too much. They love his kingdom too much. And people they're gonna run this on the news one day and be like, see, they're talking about killing their own people.
Right.
The Lord's gonna do that. But we understand how life and death works, that it's not final. All those spirits gonna be brought back, but they're gonna be right when they brought back.
Yep.
Right here, man, there's no talking to them, there's no dealing with them.
Right.
They're really enemies of Yahweh because they're against him. Right. We can't do it. Our hands are tied at that point. It ain't us, we ain't the problem. You the problem.
Right.
But people don't never come to that conclusion when shit start fucking up in their life. They never come to the conclusion that it's them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You know. Keep reading. Let's keep reading this episode.
It basically goes into the conversation they had
in the heavens. Councils in the heavens happen concerning men. So you know, when you see these leaders popping up and they doing particular things happen to them, there's councils that go down. Do you think this the only council the Lord had? Council happened on the regular, but this is what's given to us to reference for our time to comprehend how things operate. You had something I see.
Man, you had made a point. Damn, what you say about Jake? We ain't the problem. You said something about we not the problem, they the problem. Or something.
Jake. People, they're gonna put us up on the news. They're gonna say, look, they're talking about killing their own people. These guys are a problem for everybody.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we're simply saying these people won't conform to the Lord's program. So we can't override what the Lord has for them. They've chosen to be against him. So it's not us that's the problem. They're the problem. But people don't come to that conclusion.
I got something. Okay. Proverbs 19:3 in the NLT says people ruin their lives by their own foolishness and then are angry at the Lord.
Damn. You start tripping. You don't want smoking weed. You don't want sleeping with your homeboy woman, being a nigga, a low-life piece of shit. But then when stuff go wrong in your life, when the Lord starts judging you, oh, why, God?
Right.
Why?
Yeah,
why me? I don't deserve this.
Right.
Nah, for real.
Right.
Oh, man. Go ahead, bro.
God, back in 1 Kings chapter 22, man. And now we're at verse 20. Wait. Oh, 19, my bad. Verse 19. It says, and he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Most High. I saw Yahweh sitting on his throne and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left.
So he's looking up at the king. He down there. Probably got him restrained a little bit. I'm going to tell you. This is above me. There's a council going on in the heavens about you. Go ahead.
God says, and Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead?
The Lord is going to orchestrate your death, king, because you refuse to listen to him.
Hey, if I can make a point too, because you had stated earlier about there was probably, this is how the scriptures just like compacts it.
It
you know
condenses.
what I'm saying? It condenses it.
Like Genesis is an abridged history of the sons of God. It's not the full detailed story.
Oh yeah. Just like, and I wanted to make that point with this part of the story, because how did the Lord show him that fast? What happened? How did he right there when the queen and he just going into the council? When did the Lord give him the vision of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when did it happen?
When did he
it
have
happened
time
right
to see
there?
that?
Did he
Right.
go into trance in the courtroom?
Right.
No.
You know?
We don't know how. But those details aren't given. But it's the Lord leaves room for you to get into
Right.
it.
Exactly. Right. You got it, brother.
God. Back into it, 1 Kings chapter 22, and in the middle of verse 20. All right, it says, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. And there came forth the spirit and stood before Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. And Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
So he probably had that vision before he even got called or summoned.
Yeah.
Right? The Lord probably showed him, that's probably just part of the vision. The Lord probably showed him getting summoned, being brought before the king. Look, I'm gonna have you be brought before the king. His men, they gonna be holding up this shit and doing all these theatrics. They gonna be saying this, but this is what's really going on. Then the scene changes. The Lord showed him the counsel that they have in the heavens. He's probably overwhelmed, seeing like, oh shit.
Right.
Because when the Lord would reveal visions to me, he would show them visions to where they felt like they was there. And it was like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like Ezra was going through it, getting all them visions.
Right.
To where he got sick.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Right? So he probably already knew all this stuff was going to transpire before it happened.
Right.
Go ahead.
If I can make a point too, it said that you get to the point about the spirit, he's gonna be a lying spirit.
Yeah, I just got done reading that.
And that show you that the Lord, like it says in the book of Samuel, how the Lord can send evil angels. I mean, he can send that evil spirit from the Lord, like it talks about that hopped on Saul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, real quick, this Sirach 39 in verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, and in the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. You see, and that's one of those spirits, man. You see, we about to read. So literally, you gotta, like the brother said, you gotta envision this vision that was given to the prophet. He's seeing all this, and you can only imagine that spirit was just jumping on every one of them fucking prophets to say some bullshit. You know, right?
Yeah.
Just like they show you in that movie Fallen with Denzel Washington.
That was a dope.
Yeah,
I gotta
bro.
go watch that again, bro.
Bro,
I'm older now.
Right, yeah. Bro. They show you that spirit, it was fucking with him the whole time, just hopping on different
Just
people.
passing, they was touching.
Yeah. And then it showed you can hop on animals too. 'Cause at the end, they got in that cat showing you, man, bro.
The Lord can put spirits on animals.
Right.
Look at what was the Moabite his donkey.
I forgot his name.
Start with a B. It's still in my mind. It ain't Balak or Balaam or something like that.
Balaam?
Balaam, it's
No.
Not Balaam.
It started with a B, I know that.
The hell?
It started with a B,
But
bro.
yeah, keep going. Keep going. I can't remember the damn name of the dude.
Back in 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 22.
I'm about to look it up.
It says, and Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said,
Balaam.
Balaam.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I just pronounced it wrong.
God, you
Okay.
good.
Go ahead, bro.
God, continuing on, it says, and he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail, also go forth and do so.
So yeah, the Lord commissioned. So again, this is another inkling that nobody's doing anything without the Lord say so.
Right.
Everything that transpires is mapped out by our Lord. So again, you should never be in the spirit of worry. The only time you should be worried is the Lord, you know, am I up on one accord with the Most High?
Yeah.
Fearing the Most High. But worry about other shit, no. The Lord orchestrates everything.
Yeah.
If you're doing what you're supposed to do, let the chips fall where they may. It is what it is.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if I can make a quick point, because the only reason you're going to be worried if you're not doing, as the brother said, pretty much if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
That's the only reason you'll be worrying, because you know you ain't fearing the Lord like you're supposed to. You know you're just bullshitting and you're not even trying.
When my son get in trouble at school and they call me, he come home and I say, son, was you good today at school? I can see the lie on his face. He's like, yeah, school was good. Yeah. You know what I mean? You feel guilty.
Yeah.
So people get worried when they know in the spirit they not right. They didn't do right. You know what I mean? School was good, son?
Right. Heart beating fast as well. Damn.
You
Yeah.
sure? If I'm asking, it's probably for a reason, right? Well, you know, something did. All right, then.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh man, go ahead, bro.
God, back in the 2 Kings chapter.
But people are kids. They just older.
Right.
Like when you have kids, you can see like, damn, this is really what adults they do it different, but it's the same shit.
Yeah, you can really
Yeah, they just big kids. Go ahead.
Back in 1 Kings chapter 22, we're at verse 23. It says, now therefore, behold, Yahweh hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and Yahweh has spoken evil concerning thee.
In front of them niggas. He told them in front of them that the Lord put a spirit on all these whole ass niggas.
These niggas are possessed.
Right.
Just so you know. And the Lord possessed them. He put
Right.
the lying spirit on these niggas. They sitting there
You
hating.
know, yeah, you know they were mad.
Yeah, mad as shit.
You don't know me. You know how niggas
Right,
do.
yeah.
You know how they over there want to whoop his ass.
All 400.
Man, right.
'Cause
Yeah.
he called them whole ass niggas. The Lord ain't dealing with them. They got lying spirits on them.
Right.
They not prophets. They just up here getting a paycheck.
Right.
Really.
Damn. Mad as hell, bro.
Because think about it. If that's the case, back in that time, men that was telling the king the wrong thing, what would happen to him?
Killed.
Out of there.
Yeah.
So you know that you think they was just sitting there taking that rebuke?
Right.
Oh,
Shit.
You
no.
think they was chilling?
Right.
No.
Yep.
Heart beating fast, mad as hell, too.
See, that's why they mad. Look at them.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, they take him to jail. Do something to him. Can't let the nigga walk around free.
Right.
Go ahead. But hey, you see, as we read it, you see that this is how, for the people that's new, this is how you read it. This is how you digest the scriptures.
Right. Yep.
God, back in 1 Kings chapter 22, and we're at verse 24. He says, but Zedekiah, the son of Chennai, I'm just saying Chennai.
Can't say it, chinchilla.
But Zedekiah, the son of Chennai, went near and smote Micaiah on the cheek.
Bro.
They would have said,
Pop. Right.
probably had like a little staff, a little, baton, whatever they had back then. Shut your fucking mouth.
Right.
King, we're gonna have his head. You don't know what he talking.
Right. Right.
That's why I was telling you, the dudes on the side, they wasn't just sitting there chilling.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it ain't saying that to you.
Right.
But you think everybody was chilling and he just came and smacked? It was a bit. That was a heated ass.
Right.
That shit got heated.
Yeah. Yep. He just called them liars. He just called them niggas liars in front of the king.
Yeah.
You know?
In front of the
Which is a death sentence.
Right.
Yeah.
Nigga disrespecting me. Yeah.
You don't know me.
Right.
I'm tired of your bitch. They done grew up with the nigga.
Right.
They
yeah.
hate. You know what I mean?
Right.
I bet you been a whole ass nigga since back in the day, Marcus.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't nobody like you, nigga.
Don't nobody like you. You grow. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's right.
So yeah, you don't get all that backstory. Cause remember, this is his own countrymen. They probably did apprenticeships and shit together. They been around in the same circles. They knew it. He knew a lot of them niggas that was being hoes. The same way apostles, they know Nate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know these men. So when they do get up online and do all this bullshit in front of you, they like, man, I know, like, come on, man. You know you wrong.
Nah, for real.
Nate, you know you wrong. You serious? You gonna put on this front for these people? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That energy is there. Everything cool? Okay. Keep going, bro.
God, back in First Kings chapter 22 and verse 24, I'm just reading from the top. It says, but Zedekiah, the son of Chennai, went near and smote Micaiah on the cheek and said, which way went the spirit of Yahweh Bashiel Shah from me to speak unto thee?
Yeah, the Lord put the spirit on me to whoop your ass too.
Right.
Yeah.
One more time,
Yeah,
bro.
read
One
that
more
again,
time.
bro. Bro, this is better than television.
Right.
When Esau be on his
Right,
bullshit and shut
yeah.
everything down, this the TV.
Right.
That's the TV right there, man.
I mean, shit. That was TV before TV. Books
Right.
were TV.
Books was TV, bro.
Right.
This is way better.
Yeah.
Dang, bro. He was talking cash money.
Right. Yeah. One more time, bro.
But hey, so look, check it out though. the prophets, you might be in situations where you get disrespected on that level.
Shit, our Lord did.
Our Lord got they spit on him.
Yeah.
Edomites spit on him.
Bro, they slapped him and told him to prophesy. Who slapped you? You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Bro.
Was it front hand or back hand?
Right.
The Lord gonna get their ass back though.
Right.
You're gonna get the last laugh, just know that.
Yeah.
Damn. Go ahead, bro.
Back in 1 Kings chapter 22, verse 24, it says, but Zedekiah the son of Chenaanah went near and smote Micaiah on the cheek and said, which way went the spirit of the Most High from me to speak unto thee?
Yeah, nigga, when the spirit get off me and jump on you, nigga, like, bro,
Yeah.
you gotta play, bro, man, come on, dog.
You think you a man of the Lord?
Yeah.
Hey, all that talk was talking.
Right, yeah, bro, it was going down.
Yeah, bro,
right
it
in
was
front of the
heated in
king.
there, bro.
Right in front of the king.
Yeah, bro.
Bro,
It was heated, and there was when kings have councils like that, they got all the generals and
Right,
the
yeah,
It's
yep.
like, yeah.
Everybody's seeing that.
And how many prophets was it in that room?
400.
400. That was like a big auditorium.
Right.
That's a lot of people.
How many
one.
people was on his side? How many people was on Michael's side?
Right.
He was in there.
Right.
Bunch of greasy niggas.
Right.
Bunch of Canaan Stark ass niggas in there.
Man. And King Jehoshaphat was probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That shit, we were going down in front of him. Like, bro.
Like damn, like what?
Right. Man.
But
Right.
Jake, did the king make a spiritual decision? Did he see spiritually in that situation? No. So what happened? We know what transpired. Go ahead, bro.
Back in 1 Kings chapter 22 and verse 25. It says, and Micaiah said, behold, thou shalt see in that day when thou shalt go into an inner chamber to hide thyself. And the king of Israel said, take Micaiah and carry him back unto Ammon. Ammon, the governor of the city, and to Joash the king's son. And say, thus said the king, put this fellow in the prison and feed him with bread of affliction and with water of affliction until I come in peace.
One more time, bro. He told him he said, so he got smacked in the face. Oh boy was telling him, nigga, when the spirit of the Lord, when the Lord stop dealing with me and start dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? And Micaiah told him, look, you gonna know when your ass running into that him trying to hide from what's coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
when
saying?
you go to your hiding chamber, you try to get away from being put to death.
Right.
You gonna know then.
Yep.
Take this nigga to jail.
Right.
Keep his ass there. Give him the bullshit food you could give him, the most horrible food you could give him.
Right.
All right. And then I'ma visit this nigga when I make it back safe and sound.
Right.
How about that?
Right. Hey, and when you read this, man, and this is another example too of there were a lot of prophets that was not mentioned in the scriptures, man. There was even when you read in during the time of Elijah, you had that one thing was Obadiah. He had said he had hid prophets 50 by 50 in the cave, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Showing you that there were more prophets of the scriptures than what we're reading right now.
Oh, yeah.
And my God, this is the only time it mentions that prophet right here.
Yeah,
my
that's the
God,
only time.
you see? So there's other, it's other books.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna get those, like the brother said, we're gonna get those back when we in the kingdom, man. You see?
Yeah, man. So yeah, just like with any movie, you got the protagonist and the antagonist, but you got a bunch of people that play a role into the environment being set, but the storyline doesn't necessarily focus on them per se.
Right.
That's how you got spin-off movies.
Right.
You got prequels and sequels.
Right.
It's, you know what I mean? That's in the scriptures. Man.
Right. Yeah.
But
I wasn't the first one to do that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck this ain't shit.
Right.
Hey man, this is where it's at.
That's right.
Yeah, but look, you know, we gonna pretty much close out there. We went a little over the time, but you know, this is how exciting reading the book. People think reading it, I gotta read like it's a task.
Man, right.
It's a pleasure
Right.
to read, bro. To have some time set aside and really read.
Right.
Especially, bro, if you with brothers and y'all read, y'all going over scriptures together.
Man.
Those are some of the best moments I had in my life. Going over scriptures with brothers.
Right.
It's like it's nothing that really quite can top that.
Right.
Them nights you stay up and y'all just chopping it up, man. Them conversations in class where you go, did you think about it? It's like, oh yeah, bro. That's the that's the woman you should fall in love with, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all got stuff y'all want to say? So, hey, man, Albarat Tazala lesson was edifying. Want to give all praises once more, too.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakodash.
Double honor to apostles and the elders, a great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters pursuing this truth. Sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.
Shalom.
Smell like
You seen something crazy over here?